Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Phil with my co-host Samantha, and we've got Ren. Hi, Ren. That we're coming back to after a long hiatus.
Yeah, it's been a very long time. This was actually the first song we did by Ren, but unfortunately at the time we had just started the channel and we didn't really do any look into any insights into the artist or any of their background information. We kind of just went in blind for everything, like a real authentic first time reaction. And unfortunately that kind of backfired on us in this situation because Ren does have such a strong backstory that, leads into his music and his creativity, right? So we got eaten alive a little bit in the comments.
Yeah, we got eaten alive so bad that we were actually not going to come back to doing Ren again because the comments were just like, you guys are NPCs and you don't understand anything about life clearly if you're laughing at the video, because we took it as more of a comedic approach that Ren was taking in the beginning, right? We're accustomed to listening to somebody like Eminem who pokes fun at a lot of ideas, right? Yeah. Whereas this song was clearly much more serious. That was the intention. So when we first listened to it, we were not on point with what our expectations were going in.
No, and we knew nothing about the battles he had been through with his health or any of that, right? So
people were basically like, you guys are insensitive, terrible people. And we were like, you know what? These people are just ridiculous. We're not coming back to Ren ever again. Screw them.
Yeah.
And then we're like, you know what? No, maybe we just, we missed the boat a little bit and we should come back and check out a little bit more. And we're super glad that we have, because he's such a talented artist.
He's amazing. I love his stuff.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Really adds a different flavor to his music than anybody else. He's obviously got the ability to write well, play well, cadence, delivery is fantastic, and he's talking about things that matter, which is great. Money Game is a whole series that's fantastic as well. I love that.
Good.
Tales of Jenny and Screech was another one.
Also so
fantastic. So that's some of the stuff that we've done, but we're coming back to Ren. Hi, Ren, because we want to take this in now and appreciate it for what it probably represents a lot better. So you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, on you pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill.
Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect at always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy.
Nah, mate, this time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great, and when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered. for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me, I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one, so you see. You gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase no.
It's crazy knowing more of his story now, knowing how he's become successful and been so influential with his music now.
Yeah.
And seeing where he came from to where he is, this is him talking about that story.
Yeah.
Right? The battle that he had internally of, the doubts that creep up.
Yep.
Obviously, we know he went through the ringer and had so many health issues
Yeah,
that were
mental health issues.
Yeah, not just mental health, it was physical health,
yeah.
where he was bedridden and, you're just at that point, you're questioning life as a whole, right? Can I make it out the other side, right? And let alone trying to build a music career and be successful at that. And then you've got people feeding you drugs, like he was saying, and,
Yep.
You're dealing with this mental conflict that's going on, probably related to some of those drugs as well. And it's like, it's not getting any better. So you got to be so strong mentally, right, to get through that process. And, I feel like that's what he's literally displaying right here, which is crazy when you think about it. The conversation, like he's laying it out for
the
you.
inner dialogue.
What was going on with him? And he was like this push and pull back and forth. And it's like you're literally on the brink of sanity, right? Like trying to maintain your sanity. And, knowing, like I said, where he came from to where he is now, it's just so powerful. And I think like it's cool that we're able to come back and reflect on this after we've gone through his journey a lot more, because it makes me really appreciate his thought process in creating this.
Yeah, and I think like for so many people, right, like he kind of highlights this for people who are watching this who can probably relate, is like when you develop such negative thought patterns and speak to yourself so negatively, it's almost like this alter ego, like this inner battle between two versions of you, right?
It's the bad version of you that wants to stop you from succeeding.
Exactly, right? And to shed that skin, like he's alluding to here, it's really hard because it's like almost this idea of like, you're me, I'm you, like you can't be me without you, you know what I mean? Because it's the same in one, but at the same time also like him highlighting how you need to be able to get rid of that to succeed, right? To move onwards.
Yeah, it's trying to claw you back down, bring you back down, right? So let's see where we're going to go next, because I don't remember this at all. It's pretty crazy. I feel like I'm listening to it for the first time, which is cool.
Think that you can amputate me, I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one, so you see. You gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it. Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious, Eminem did it. Played on guitar, Plan B did it. Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath us. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually hear you say it instead of downplay it. Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus. Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots, and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
It's so crazy that he's doing this in one take as well.
I know.
I'm just assuming that. I know there's camera cuts to highlight, him speaking his
like
different
the different
personas.
sides,
but we know that he's done so many videos.
Oh, so many in one take,
right?
yeah.
And so I think that I would guess that he's doing that in this one. So
The camera cuts are also so smooth, going back and forth to like show like the versions of him.
Yeah, and also I really, really love the transitions back and forth musically. So they're two different melodies that are portraying two different people, right? But you can tell like when he switches to the one that's more of like the current Ren, right? Or the positive, productive Ren. It's like the melody is this more somber, like trying to be controlled, like, you know, more in line with like a rational thinker.
Yes.
You know, and then he switches to the other melody.
It's like more unhinged.
Yeah. And like that's really cool from its, you know, the melody component. But then it's also cool because he's switching intermittently as he's playing and
has
saying
to go back
both.
and forth.
Yeah. And getting back into each role, but then also switching the cadence upon that too.
Even the voice he's using is a little bit different.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So the delivery of it is the lyrics that he's using in the story is even different. So really, really, you know, difficult, I think, to do that, go back and forth, back and forth.
It's a lot to go back and forth on
Yeah.
and not just like film all of one and then all of the other. You know what I mean?
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside. Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistophelies, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender when standing in front of my solar eclipse. My name is stitched to your lips, so you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal. Feeble and normal, you wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
It's crazy, just like the bridge section there of how much drama he's able to create with an acoustic guitar.
I know.
And his vocal.
Yeah.
It's really, really impressive. And, you know, obviously you have the lights in the background. We're talking about the supernatural being.
Yeah.
And you get the supernatural video component of the lights flashing, going
Yeah, it's like
back and
flickering,
forth.
almost like it's like being taken over.
Really,
Yeah.
you know, doing what Ren does.
He's just so creative.
Captivating, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, talking about this enigma that's inside him now. It's not just another person.
Yeah.
It's the devil of temptation that's trying to, you know, get him not to be the person who he's supposed to be,
Yeah, by
which he
holding him
can
back.
feel. My purpose is this. I'm supposed to create great music that people are supposed to resonate with. And then you've got this temptation, whether it, you know, whatever it is, because everybody has different temptations,
Yeah.
right? For him, it's, you know, the mental health issues that he's dealing with. For other people, it might be, you know, alcohol, drugs,
Yeah.
you know, sex, whatever it might be, but everybody has these temptations inside of them. So I think this is relatable for a lot of people on many different respects of the pain that he's talking about, because mental health can transpire in a lot of different ways, right?
Yeah,
It doesn't
for him,
just,
it almost sounds like fear to move on from this hold that this thing has on him.
yeah, and the scars, I think, that he's left with of his experiences from not just the mental but the physical, you know, overcoming the trust factor, because we know he had a lot of issues with the medical community not helping him in the right ways, or the people around him weren't helping him in the right ways. So, you know, there's so many things that are kind of left there that are still eating at him in some ways, but he's like this, still got this one component of himself that he's trying not to lose. That's what it feels like.
For sure.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before.
Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So coward the man I've become, when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong.
Let's go.
And when I am gone I will rise, in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate to different sides.
Those were some bars in there.
Yeah.
He was dropping some heavy bars, some heavy lyrics in there. Rewind a little bit, because there was some great poetry in that.
Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So coward the man I've become, when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong. And when I am gone I will rise, in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate to different sides.
Great vocal, too.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax, and I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Talk about powerful.
Yeah. It's just crazy how much different that like sits with you when you know more about him.
Oh yeah, entirely different. I mean, I think, you know, looking back, one of the things that maybe threw us for a loop, like you said in the beginning, we went into it completely blind and not knowing anything or not knowing what to expect, how he's going to perform, you know, the creativity, any of that, because it's so different. Like, it's so different than anybody else does. And that's an attribute to him. That's a great thing that he does.
Unique.
He's so unique and creative with his compositions. But I think from, you know, for somebody listening to him for the first time, if they don't know anything about him, it can be difficult to not get, you know, thrown off by that creativity.
Well, I think we were just kind of like thrown off because we had never seen anything like it. We were kind of confused because we didn't really know fully what he was talking about. Like you said, we didn't really know if he was like trying to make it like a parody comedy style thing. If he was talking, I think at the time we had thought the two personalities, the back and forth, where we were talking about like good versus evil type thing, which it is to some degree, but it's more of his personal struggle, right?
Yeah, well, I think it's both. I think it's a message to people, right? I think it's his own personal journey, but it's also a message to people to provide hope, like he said, inspiration, to understand that there are good and bad forces at play, to recognize them, knowing that like when you enter that fray, that if you don't understand how to carry yourself and you have this, conflict internally that's going on, it can really demoralize and destabilize you as a person. So I think just understanding what this represents now, I think I remember even being a little confused at the end because I remember those words that he left us with, which were obviously powerful and personal to him. I was like kind of confused because I was like, well, that wasn't what I felt like the rest of the song was representing. Like you said, more of a comedic or parody approach for the song.
For me, it
component.
almost felt like I remember thinking it was almost like the angel and the devil sitting on the shoulder, like going back and forth with these voices in your head. I think I had said that in the first one.
Yeah, I'm just saying though that when you take the last portion of what he's saying specifically without any music, that's very like serious. It's a very serious tone, right? But the rest of the song is, if you didn't know anything about Ren and his story, it could have been like Stan, like he was talking about, right? Like he made mention of Stan. Eminem's already done this, blah, 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 blah. And he's kind of poking fun at himself by making this song, but he's not at the same time because it's about a completely different subject and different topic and about himself and all that stuff, right? Yeah. So when you're, like I said, listening to, you're like, oh, like he's just making, it's not about him, right? That's the way I took it first time around. I was like, it's not about him. He's just making a song about, two people that are somebody that's bipolar or something like that hasn't got their head on straight. Yeah. That's the way I took it as initially. But like I said, at the end, when he started to relay some of this messaging that he was trying to say, that people that are struggling or going through this, I was like confused because I was like, well, wait a second, like it seems like he's really trying to say something there. Yeah. And it was very poetic, even towards the end, like I said, when he started using some of those bars in a heavier manner, it got progressively more serious as it went on till towards the end. So anyways, I appreciated it a lot more this time around and can, attest to, obviously, after we've done so many of his songs, how creative.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. I've honestly liked everything that we've done from him.
Yeah, it's always a fresh flavor, right? Like it's an experience. And like I said earlier, he's captivating with things.
It's an experience and it has similarities, but he's so creative that he always keeps it fresh. Like if you look at something like Animal Flow, that's completely different than like Jenny and Screech, for Tales of Jenny and Screech, for example. Yeah.
And we've already talked about a lot of it, but diversity of the skill set, right? So you have the bars, obviously, the messaging, the ability to transitions into different cadence, the ability to play, the ability to sing.
Even the way that he changes the cadence, but the musical elements at the same time.
Yeah, the one shot take, doing it all in one take is not easy. And
the depth of like his lyrics.
And then the video component as well, right? So just brings so much to the table. And such a young guy, I think, still as well. So he's got, obviously a lot more in the future. And I think his album did pretty good. So he's on the road to success. And this is highlighting, his journey in full, I guess not in completeness, but it, highlights a big portion of it. Really set him moving down the right path. I feel like in terms of YouTube and music as a whole, really started to set him into more stardom, we'll call it. Yeah. So it did its thing, and I'm glad we got to come back and appreciate it.
Me too.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed reminiscing with us. And if you did, make sure you hit the like button. Let us know if there's any particular big songs from Ren that you want us to check out. I know he's got a pretty deep catalog, but we try to...
I'd love to hear more from him.
Yeah, we try to keep fresh content on our channel with music, comedy, sports, and history. So if there's other stuff you want to see as well, you can always count on us to drop something new, just like Ren. And other than that, guys, just have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.